Good morning everybody, welcome to the first assembly of 2021. It's Thursday morning, it's very early, and this isn't how we plan to start our school year because we've got some children in school, but we've got most of our children at home again, and I'll talk about that a bit more later. But let's just have a little wander back up to my office. We'll just go via Miss Farahi's classroom. There's Miss Atherton's as well. Past year 5 and all their projects they were ready to do in school, but they're having to change it to online learning. Up past year 5. Morning Miss Noldy, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Past the library. Welcome back to the office everybody, welcome again, first assembly of the year, but we've had to really think about things, haven't we, because we've got about, over 260, 270 children learning at home, dialing into the online lessons, talk about that later on, and we've got sometimes about 100 children here, so that's made us think about our assemblies. So way back before March, we had our assemblies in the hall, didn't we? It was normal, it was good, the teachers were there, music, then that changed. Then from last term, we had a plan B, and we had the assemblies on YouTube, like this is, but in an afternoon, on a Friday afternoon, in your class, then you'd come to my office to get the certificates. Plan C, now, because we've got some children in school and some children at home. However, we're still doing certificates, and here's how it's going to work. Check out this stash, everybody. So I've had a delivery from the postman, who's dropped off loads of reading awards. There's stacks of them here. Star of the Weeks, there's Maths Star Awards for Mrs. Delaney. Well, not for her, but you know how she likes maths. We've got Head Teachers Awards, we've got our sparkly stickers, we've got stacks and stacks of pencils, they've got the Head Teachers Award, Special Head Teachers Award pencils in there, and of course, real gold, or are they? So we've got everything ready to go, and for the children in school, there's my sweets, for the children in school, they'll still be able to collect their certificates, and the teacher will tell you who's got them. But for all those children who are doing the wonderful work at home, your teachers are going to let you know who's won. And then what we're going to do is put them in one of these, an envelope, because we've got all your addresses, and we're going to send it out to you. So that's how we're going to work. We are still going to do our gold medals. Some children in school may win them, you may be at home. If you're at home, we will put it in an envelope for you with a special letter from me. Now, it's not perfect, everybody. We know how we'd really like to work. We're going to hold off with the books just for a little while until everybody's back. But in the meantime, that is what we are going to do. And I'll tell you what, from this week, and from hearing from the teachers and also looking at your Microsoft Teams conversations, there's been a heck of a lot of hard work going on, and I'm sure it's going to be tough for the teachers to choose who it is this week. But that is how we're going to work. The other thing that we're going to continue to do is this. Happy birthdays. So we will have a lot of birthdays, won't we? So if you have had a birthday since we finished for Christmas, that was on the 19th of December, I think, all the way through to today, please can you stand up? Mums and dads who are watching this for the first time, this might be for the first time where you hear my singing voice. Because, again, normally, we have all the children at the front of the hall who've had a birthday. We go and chat and find out what they've had and all of that sort of stuff. And then the whole school sings happy birthday. There's only me in here. So if you've had a birthday, if you're in school and you're watching this, stand up. If you're at home, stand up. Tell everybody what you got for your birthday, what was your favourite present. And are you ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Everybody who's had a birthday since the 19th of December. Happy birthday to you. Fantastic singing voice there, says Miss Farahi. Now we all know, don't we, and we all say the same thing, that we'd much rather all be in school at the same time, and hopefully that's going to happen soon. We don't know when yet, but hopefully it'll be soon. But when you get something that's a bit tricky or a bit difficult, I always think it shows how good a place is. And you know what, everybody? I've worked as a teacher for 24 years. I know you can't tell, but it's true. And I've worked at 5 different primary schools, and I've been into and helped lots and lots of different primary schools over the years for different reasons. And LIPA Primary School is a very special place. And because things have been so tricky for every school, including LIPA, it's shown how great the children are, how great our parents and families are, how great our teachers are and our teaching staff, and also how great our governors are, because everyone's kind of worked together and thought, okay, that's a problem, let's sort it out. And Miss Lucas has been doing some work with the children just before Christmas. And what the children had to do is complete a survey. So children, when I'm saying this, you'll probably think, oh yeah, I remember doing that. And you had to answer lots of questions about LIPA Primary School, what's good, how we can make it better, and all of that sort of things. The last question asked children to choose 3 words that they thought most typified our school. And then some of the parents might know this, but there's this devised program called Wordle where you can put all those words in, and then it creates a picture for you, a word picture. And the bigger the word, the more popular it was, so more children said it. So if you've not seen this assembly before, you'll know that there's some quizzes, and I ask you to stop. I want you to have a think, okay? And I want you to think, what were the 5 most common words that the children said? Okay? Press pause and have a think, and then I'll give you the answers, okay? Okay, if you had a think, shout out some answers. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, good one. That's good. That was a smaller one. Good. Yes, that's one. Okay, let me give you the 5. The 5 most common words that the children use to describe LIPA Primary School are, see how many you get right. In no particular order, because they're all about the same size. And we will send this out for you. I think Miss Lucas is on the job to create it so that she can send it out to all the families. Helpful, which is good, and I take that to mean the teachers and the children too. Fun was there. Kind was there. We pride ourselves in our manners and how we talk to each other at LIPA Primary School. Kind was there. Happy was there. That was one of the 5 most important ones. And the biggest one begins with S. Shout it out at the camera. Safe. Absolutely. Now we do all sorts, don't we? We do maths, English, project-based learning, football over there, when I get the chance to go and take the big children. But the most important thing about LIPA, well, any school, but LIPA Primary School especially, is that we keep our children safe. And for our children to say those words on their own was really, really good. Okay. We have lots of bits of our assembly. We have the maths part, we have the certificates part. The next part is the joke section. Okay then, for those people who don't know this part of the assembly, the joke section, it's got really popular actually. And normally, gosh, how many times have we said that in this assembly? When the children see me around school, especially at the start of the day when we're down by the gate, we'll come and say, oh, Miss Bag, I've got a joke for you for assembly, and I'll save them and I'll use them. So for those children in school, we can still do that, and the children have been doing that this week. Those of you who are working from home at the moment, you all know my email, and if you don't, your mums do. And if you've got a good joke, send it in to me and I'll use it at one of my assemblies. I've got 3 for you this week. They're good, these. Number 1 for Mrs. Delaney. It's about maths. Why did the maths book look so sad? Because it had so many problems. Number 2, what do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer. And the last one really made me smile. You might have to think about it a little bit. What did the 0 say to the number 8? Nice bell, nice bell. Think about it. Now, those of you with eagle eyes will have spotted that behind me was dark and it's now light. Now, this is the tricky thing with these assemblies, because I don't do it all one. I keep coming back to it, and I sometimes forget what I've just last said. So if you think he's already said that, that's why. That's the secret. Now, back to our captains. You know what, everybody? At the moment, these are really important, because these are our captains, our project managers, and these are the things that the teachers and the children really thought. Whether it's maths, English, science, art, music, whatever, these are the skills that you need to be successful. Persistent, risk takers. We love risks. We love getting things wrong at LIPA Primary School, because if you get it wrong, you've got that attitude to make it right. Who else we got? Captain Inquisitive. The kind of person who loves exploring and investigating, the person that says why. Have you ever met that person? They want to really think about why. We love Captain Inquisitive. We also love Captain Imaginative, the person who, as grown-ups say, likes to think outside the box and has lots of creative ideas. Now, the thing is, you might be great at Captain Imaginative, but inquisitive skills you need to develop, that's all okay. It's a bit like being good at maths and not so good at reading, and we're always making ourselves better. Captain Discipline. The kind of person who organises things and keeps everything going and is very good at reflecting and saying, this is what we need to do. The type of person who loves action plans and lists. Could be me, that one. Captain Collaborative. Cooperates with everybody, good at giving feedback and learning from each other's, really good at working in a group. And I think even the grown-ups, even our children, will look back at those 5 captains who, they're on my wall, that's why they're so important. And this is why at the end of the week when we're giving out our awards, we might say Captain Persistent in Maths, we could say Captain Inquisitive in our project-based learning, well done. We could say Captain Imaginative in our artwork, Captain Discipline in keeping everybody on track. It could literally be anything. But I think those children who are working at home, those children who are working at here, will be really showing themselves as true LIPA captains. Okay, you're probably wondering who's going to be our guest of the week. So, mums and dads, if you've not seen our assemblies before, we always have a LIPA guest of the week. And it's somebody who is kind of a part of our team. It could be a teacher. Flo's done it, our chair of governors. David, our finance director's done it. Jane Seddon's been it. And we kind of find out a little bit about them and what they do about LIPA Primary School. But because I wanted to cover so much other bits and pieces this week in this assembly, it would have gone on too long. And I get told off by Mrs. Lucas, who uploads this assembly. She rolls her eyes at us. If the assembly goes on too long and it takes too long to upload. So I've got to keep it concise and short. But I just want to tell you a couple of things, because I love being able to go into the different classrooms and see what's going on. And I can still do that, but I've got to keep my distance, and not everybody's here. So I can still do that in here. But the nice thing about the teams is that and Miss Lucas is part of every single team. So we can drop in and see how it's all going. And there's a couple of things that really caught my eye this week. Ava in the Philharmonic class did a video recording about a space rocket. I thought that was brilliant. Well done, Ava. And then Dayon in year 1, who shared the independent writing that she did. She was asked to think of a sentence that had creative words in it, and she wrote independently, all correct, "The beautiful bright ferry was spectacular." So year 1 that, how good is that? Then up to year 5, Gloria Hyatt, Ava again, it's different Ava, who did some work. They're doing some work about scientific language and what the words mean. So they were looking at very difficult words like translucent, transparent, absorbent. And what Ava did on her computer is give examples of kind of things that were all of those words. So absorbent, transparent, so she would put a window. And what I would recommend, Gloria Hyatt class, is maybe sharing that with children lower down in the school, so that because words are brilliant, reading's brilliant, they can see these words. And maybe, Ava, what I'd suggest to your teachers is maybe make a poster of what you did and pass it down the school so they can get to know those words before they get to year 5. Just a thought. Year 4, I love your big question. Would you like to be a gladiator or a Premiership footballer? Now, I would probably answer that as a Premiership footballer, because when I was at school, that's all I wanted to be, was a footballer. And I can remember going to an interview at another school, and they asked me the question, what did you want to be? And I told them, to play football for Everton. So it was my second choice to be the head teacher, but I'll never be footballer for Everton. Not good enough, even for Everton. Reception Bertie, Theo. Working hard with those shapes. So in reception, they've been trying to learn all the names of the shapes, but also see where those shapes are around inside and outside. So I'm looking around my office now, and I've got some bunting up, which is triangular shaped. I'm looking at all the tickets on my door, which is over there from all matches I've been to. They're rectangular. I've got a square, which is a notice board. So all these different things. And Theo, you were doing some really good stuff. And that's the nice thing about being able to use Microsoft Teams. Yeah, we want you all here, but I can still drop in. So make sure you do send that work in, just so that me and Miss Lucas can see it and share it at assemblies as well. So well done, all of those people. Okay, it's that time in the assembly where you've got to get your maths hats on. Mrs. Delaney always makes me do maths, and I always do 3 questions, don't I? And it's always based on something. Now, I've told you this before, and Mrs. Delaney kind of looks at me when I say this. When I was at school, especially secondary school, I didn't like maths. When I was at primary school, thinking back, I really did like it. I didn't find maths easy, but I remember my head teacher, who was called Mr. Perry. He was brilliant. He used to take us in year 6 for maths in the hall. I remember it. I don't know why in the hall, but anyway. And he was such a great teacher. And what he did well in maths was he kind of explained why maths was important, especially when I grow up. He used to say, Greg Parker, if you want to be a footballer, you've got to be a good mathematician. So that kept me focused. And the other thing was that he would always explain those maths questions in a real way, which made sense. And he made the subject exciting. And then I went to secondary school, and then I really didn't like it. So that's why when I see maths going on at LIPA Primary School and all the children loving it, it kind of makes me smile. Questions. So, this is about leftover chocolates at Christmas. there's a question for phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3, so you might want to pause the assembly to answer the questions. And don't forget, if you're phase 1, you can answer the phase 2 one or 3 one with help, that's fine too. So, Quality Street, phase 1. You know those boxes of Quality Street? Here's a question for you. So I open the lid and there's lots of them have been eaten. But inside there are 3 red ones, 4 purple ones, 2 orange ones and 4 gold ones. I love the gold ones. So what I do is eat one. So those caramel ones that melt in your mouth. So my question to phase 1, 3 red, 4 purples, 2 orange and 4 gold. If I eat one of the gold, how many sweets are left in total in that box? Alright? Phase 2, Haribo. Okay, here's your question. First of all, I've got 7 packets of Haribo cola bottles left, and there are 8 in each packet. Alright? I've also got 2 packs of jelly beans left, and there are 28 in each bag. 7 packets of cola bottles, 8 in each one. 2 packets of jelly beans, 28 in each one. My question to you is, have I got more cola bottles left, or have I got more jelly beans left, and why? That's my question. Phase 3. You always get the hard one because you're so good at maths. Alright. The shop down the road, you know, on the corner, they've got some leftover stock left. They've got 25 boxes of milk tray chocolates, and they've got 20 boxes of dairy box. Okay, with the milk tray, they've got 25 boxes, and in each box there are 50 individual chocolates, right? Dairy box, they've got 20 boxes left with 50 in each. My question to phase 3 is, how many individual chocolates have they got left? I'll recap that again before you pause it. Milk tray, 25 boxes, 50 chocks in each. Dairy box, they've only got 20 boxes left, but they've got 50 in them. How many chocolates altogether? Okay, probably a good time to press pause, have a good think, I'll give you the answers next. Okay, here are your answers. The phase 1 question. So, you open that box of Quality Street, 3 red, 4 purples, 2 orange and 4 gold. That makes 13, but I ate one. That was a trick. So your answer should be 12 sweets were left. Haribo, this was a trick question. So I said cola bottles, there are 7 packets, 8 in each one, 7, 8, 56. Jelly beans, 2 packs with 28 in, that's also 56. I said, which one has the most? The answer is, they've both got the same. There's 56 cola bottles left and there's 56 jelly beans left. And phase 3, so I said that there were 25 boxes of milk tray left with 50 in each, and 20 boxes of dairy box with 50 in each. Total number is 2,250 individual chocolates. Well done if you got that. Okay, you know what these are. So by now, if you haven't already, for the children in school, teachers, please let the children know who's won the certificates. For those of you working online, the teachers may have told you already. If not, they will tell you after this assembly. For those children who've got a certificate in school, obviously they can take it home. And for the children who are working from home, we're going to send it out to you. We do not forget about you. So it will have certificate, pencil and badge in there too. But I had this bright idea. Seeing as though we've got children at home and in school, we're doubling up on this. Now, if you get one of these, you know, you're just nailing it. You're doing fantastically well. We give out so few of them. It really is the biggest award you can get on a weekly basis. So, this week I asked Mr. Raven and I asked Miss Coyle and I asked a couple of other teachers, and this is who they said should get them. And it's dark again outside. Anyway, we're close to the end of our assembly now. Hopefully you know, whether you're at home or whether you're at school, who's got those certificates this week. Well done. If you've got a certificate, remember, if you're at home, we're going to be putting the post to you, so it should come next week sometime. And it's time for these. So we've got 6 winners this week, 3 who are at home, 3 are at school. And Mr. Raven chose a couple this week. And let me tell you who he's chosen. First of all, and I'm reading, he's chosen Jacob. So well done, Jacob, in Year 3 Lamb Bananas. And Mr. Raven's written about how well Jacob engages, his infectious enthusiasm and his hard work. This is for you. And also in Year 3, Mr. Raven's class, Alicia, who Mr. Raven said she could get it every week. She's that consistent, 100%. Mr. Raven says, an utter joy to teach. How nice is that? And brilliant work. So well done, you two. For you. Then we go down to Year 1 and Miss Oakes. And Miss Oakes, first of all, has chosen Eva in her class for being a shining star, a true captain collaborative. Remember, we talked about the captains. A kind, caring, and a complete role model. She's also in her class chosen Harry. Well done, Harry. For you, who has impressed all week, working hard, great effort. She said that he's a combination of the captain's explorer, creative and discipline. His space knowledge is fantastic, as has been his mathematical reasoning. Well done, Harry. Well done, Eva, in Miss Oakes' class. And up to big Year 6, well done, Georgie, for having a really positive attitude all of the time, working hard and being, quote, a true LIPA role model. Well done, Georgie. And last of all, this week, our 6th of 6 goes to Lexi for working hard, great attitude, super role model, and someone who has been willing to have a go at everything. Sounds like resilience to me, that. And although we've only got 6 winners and our certificate winners, I think everybody this week, including our mums and dads and grands and grandmas, deserve a big well done congratulations, whether you're at home, whether you're here, because you've all been wonderful. So that's the end of our assembly this week. Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday, whether it's on the screen or whether it's in here. And we look forward to, I look forward to doing this for you again next week for the next assembly, where we will have our very first special guest. Thanks everyone, have a super weekend.